So we are about a week away from the trade deadline. I've been pretty consistent saying that we're going to have a very quiet trade deadline. I don't think we're going to get any major trades, but that being said, there are two players that I have in mind that teams need to be targeting, and there's three teams that I think really need to be focused in on these two guys, and that's Coby White and Malik Monk. They are both very similar players. They are both, combo guards. They can play a little bit of the one, but primarily they're going to play the two. They're probably best suited as that off the bench, heat check, get a bucket type of player. And the three teams that I have in mind really need that type of player. They both come with their own risks as well. Coby White, the risk with him is he's going to be a free agent this offseason. And thanks to the 140% rule, the team that's trading for him isn't going to sign him to an extension. That's why the Chicago Bulls haven't signed him to an extension. By all accounts, Coby likes being in Chicago. Chicago likes him. But thanks to that rule, he makes $12 million this year. The Bulls could only offer him a 140% raise. So they were limited in only being able to offer him a little over $16 million on an extension. And he's just going to make way more than that on the open market. So that's the risk that you're running, is that you're going to trade for him and you're going to lose him for nothing. That's why when you hear reports about him getting traded, his trade value, it's just second round picks and filler players coming back. Nobody is going to give up major draft capital, even if Coby White is a pretty good basketball player when he's on. His start to the year this year was rough, but his last 10 games, he's on fire. He's looking more like the Coby White that we're accustomed to. So that's the risk with him. With Malik Monk, it's the opposite. The risk with him is that he's under contract for the next couple of years. It's just 20+ million. So that can be a lot for a team to invest in, especially if they're running up against the apron. So let's talk about the three teams that I have in mind for them. Number one, Minnesota Timberwolves. We all watch them and we all know that they need another ball handler. They need another shooter. They need a scorer. They need somebody who can create a shot for themselves. When Anthony Edwards isn't on the court, they seem to be relying on McDaniels to be their primary ball handler, and that's just not his game. So if I'm them, I'm targeting Coby White. I'm targeting Malik Monk. Both of those guys could make a major difference. The other team that I have in mind for them as well is the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons, same thing. They run into that same problem where they are so reliant on Cade Cunningham. He has to do everything for them, ball handling wise, shot creation wise. They need somebody else in there who can go get a bucket, who can be trusted to handle the second unit. So he would be both of those guys would be great fits for that team. The third team I have in mind, the Orlando Magic. Same thing. I feel like we've been saying this about the Magic forever. They need a point guard. They need somebody who can handle the ball, who can create his own shot, who can get shots for other people. Tyus Jones has not worked at all there. The thing that all of these teams have in common is they have the salary to match these guys. With the Timberwolves, it'd be Mike Conley's salary. The Pistons have a couple of guys who fit that criteria. The Magic have Jonathan Isaac. And then all of these guys, they have former lottery picks that are not working out, and they could package them to these teams, and maybe it could be a fresh start for them. Obviously, with the Timberwolves, it's Rob Dillingham. With the Pistons, it's Jaden Ivey. And with the Magic, it's Jett Howard. Now, Jett Howard, he's obviously the worst option out of those three. Kid's a nice shooter, though. So if I was a team like the Chicago Bulls, like the Sacramento Kings, where we're probably going to lose Coby White in the offseason for nothing, getting somebody like Jett Howard, a young shooter, not the worst case scenario. So I really think that those three teams that I named, the Timberwolves, the Pistons, and the Magic, they could take themselves to the next level, bringing in one of those two guys. With the Pistons and the Magic, I would say they have a little bit more urgency than the Timberwolves because the East is wide open. The Pistons are number one right now, so trading for one of those guys would only make them better and only give them a little bit more of a push to really make an NBA Finals run this year, which would be shocking. None of us saw that coming in the offseason, but they could actually make the Finals. With the Timberwolves, they're on a skid lately. They've lost 5 of their last 6. They desperately, man, every game that they lose, it just exposes how much they need another scorer. They need another ball handler. They need another shot creator. So they should feel a little bit of desperation because they're coming off 2 straight Western Conference Finals. If they go out in the first round, or God forbid they're a play-in team and they lose in the play-in this year, that's a major step back for them. There's going to be some questions Anthony Edwards is going to be asking about the organization, so they should feel like they got a little pressure on their neck as well. So let me know what some of your favorite trade scenarios are as we get closer to the trade deadline. Like I said, I think it's going to be quiet, but I could see these two players getting moved.